On my journey to stopping my hair loss, or at least stabilizing it to where it's at now, there's less to do with me regrowing my hair, which is through the means of getting a hair transplant or using treatments like minoxidil, low-level laser therapy, or any of these things, and more so to do with actually getting to the root cause of it, which is DHT. This is the hormone that's responsible for actually causing androgenic alopecia. If one were to even use treatments like Rogaine or even getting a hair transplant, all those things are temporary, because at some point the natural progression of your hair loss is going to catch up to you and you're gonna be ending up having to do another procedure. So it's a never-ending race to get your hair back. If you get to the root of the problem, it will help you actually keep the results that you have, and most importantly, stabilize the hair loss. That's why in this video I want to talk to you about a few ways you can block DHT without the use of finasteride. Some are natural, some are not, so you can make the best educated decision. So without any further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the video. Before we start, I'd like to thank Vera Clinic for sponsoring this video. I'd like to thank the sponsor of today's video is Vera Clinic. Vera Clinic is where I got my hair transplant done from. If you're looking for a quality, trusted professionals who can get you long-lasting and natural looking results for a fraction of a price, look no further than Vera Clinic. They got me these amazing results for my own hair transplant, and I would highly recommend them to anybody looking to get their own transplant done, especially overseas. If you want to check out my series of my hair transplant, where I filmed the whole surgery and everything, as well as my month-by-month recovery, I'll leave a link to that whole playlist in the description below, as well as the contact information for Vera Clinic so you can contact them for your own hair transplant needs. That being said, let's jump right into the video. The first topical anti-androgen I'd like to talk about is RU58841. RU is an experimental substance that's been showing a lot of signs of success, especially anecdotal success, although there has not been many studies conducted on it. It doesn't exactly suppress DHT, but rather the androgens that come from the DHT that bind to the hair follicles on the scalp and cause the hair to miniaturize, it simply blocks those androgens from touching the hair follicles. So from my knowledge, it doesn't suppress your DHT as much as finasteride, and this is something that people typically will switch over completely and just rather use a topical effective solution like RU instead of having side effects from finasteride. And it has shown phenomenal results, especially if you combine it with minoxidil and derma rolling. That's probably your full stack without having to put anything into your body. Now, the biggest drawback with RU is that it's purely an experimental substance and it is not FDA approved for hair loss. It's going to be kind of hard to get your hands onto this substance, and also we don't know the exact side effect profile. That's one of the big reasons why I'm staying out of it, but it is something that a lot of people use in substitution for finasteride, because obviously it's not a systematic thing, rather you just put it on topically. This is probably the next best thing to finasteride, if not better, and something worth considering. Next up is pumpkin seed or pumpkin seed oil. Pumpkin seeds are rich in iron, zinc, and magnesium. There was a study done with 76 men facing male pattern hair loss, took 400 milligrams of pumpkin seed every single day, and the results of those men who took it compared to those taking the placebo were significantly higher. Pumpkin seed has the ability to block DHT formation and inhibit the 5-alpha reductase enzyme, and consequently helping those facing androgenic alopecia or male pattern baldness block some DHT naturally, obviously without the use of finasteride. And after looking at the data, this is something that even I would personally consider, maybe even using pumpkin seed oil a few times a week, or just supplementing myself, maybe through just getting like some capsules or gummies off of Amazon. Next up is green tea. Green tea has something called catechins, and this compound essentially does the same thing as pumpkin seed oil, which is inhibit the conversion from testosterone to DHT on a natural level. And green tea has also a lot of other health benefits that can even help with weight loss and just general health regulation. And just simply by adding green tea to your routine every day, you're not just helping your hair, but other areas of your life, which is going to help you down the line, especially in the long run. Sal Palmetto. This is something that I used initially before getting on finasteride, and Sal Palmetto is great, especially if you're seeing initial signs of hair shedding, and if you can get it under control with something natural like this, it can be a great idea, and it's probably my go-to solution for those who are looking to inhibit DHT but without using finasteride. Now, mind you, all of these things can be combined with each other, so you can also do Sal Palmetto with green tea and pumpkin seed oil, so don't think that you're limited. But Sal Palmetto is probably one of the best ones because it mainly has 3 functionalities that help with DHT inhibition and hair growth. One is obviously its ability to naturally inhibit DHT formation. Number 2 is it has anti-inflammatory properties. So a lot of times our scalp will experience hair loss if it's too inflamed or it loses that elasticity, and having inflammation on the head can also cause poor blood circulation, and as a result of that cause even further hair loss. And also one thing I would recommend throwing into the mix for even 4 to 5 minutes a day, just a scalp massage to give your head every single day. And this helps the blood flow, and the more blood circulation that's going through your head, the better it's going to be for your own hair growth. That's something very important to consider. And then lastly, one of the biggest benefits of Sal Palmetto is it works just like the RU58841, which is that it helps stop the androgens from binding to the DHT receptors, and as a result of that, stop the local hair from miniaturizing on the scalp. And if you're trying to go the all-natural route, I would definitely put Sal Palmetto at the top of the list, followed by pumpkin seed oil, and then also incorporating green tea into my daily routine. That right there is a solid natural DHT prevention stack, and I would highly recommend it. And lastly is going to be lifestyle changes. This is the overarching theme when it comes to not just maintaining a healthy set of hair, but also healthy living, as we call it, right? One of the biggest contributors to hair loss is going to be stress, because stress causes hormonal imbalances, and as a result of that can spike your DHT levels. And that right there is going to be probably the biggest reason why you lose hair faster than you should. If you're stressed due to your lifestyle or current events, incorporating things like working out, meditation, or general mindfulness activities every single day, that's going to help tremendously down the line of slowing down not just the hair loss process, but also the aging process. Another really huge thing is sleep. Sleep is extremely underrated, and making sure that you get your proper 8 hours of sleep every single day can do wonders for you. If your body doesn't get the proper rest that it needs, it's not going to be able to fully recover and do what it needs to do to help you maintain your youth and your body. One thing that I got right now is this Whoop device. I pretty much wear it on my wrist when I'm supposed to wear it every single day. I just got out the shower, so I'm not wearing it right now. But this thing is tremendously helpful. It helps me track my sleep, and when I wake up in the morning, it gives me a score on how well I rested, how much REM sleep I've had, and pretty much gives me a score. Even though I thought I slept well, there's moments where I literally wake up at night and have to go back to sleep. So by having your sleep logged every single day, it helps you prioritize and get into the habit, and that in itself can help with recovery, stress, and pretty much having a nice longevity of life, especially as you are not a teenager anymore, or as I'm not a teenager anymore, right? So yeah, these were a few alternatives to finasteride to blocking DHT naturally, or not even naturally. If I were to not be on finasteride right now, this is the exact approach that I would take. And even if you are taking finasteride, adding some of these onto your routine is only going to help you. So let me know what you guys think. I hope you guys enjoyed this video and found it helpful. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.